Are you a woman over 40 who has been dealing with some embarrassing leaking? Maybe you're struggling to get to the bathroom on time, or you felt some pressure or heaviness down in the vaginal area and you're concerned because your body is changing. Some new things are happening, or your problem is getting worse and wasn't this bad before, but now it's affecting your life. Well, today you're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to talk you through my top 3 pelvic floor exercises. And I'm not just talking about Kegel exercises, which is what most women are told to do when they are experiencing any bladder control or problems with these muscles down in your pelvis. My name is Dr. Dawn Andalone. I'm a pelvic floor expert, a physical therapist who works with women. And using Pilates-based exercise has really been game-changing for a lot of the women that we see. Your pelvic floor muscles are part of your core. And when you think of Pilates exercise, and people start doing Pilates exercise because they know it's gonna tighten their core and strengthen those muscles, and also be helpful for any back or joint pain. But beyond that, your pelvic floor is actually part of your core. If you're given the right cues to work on not only strengthening, but lengthening and releasing the pelvic floor, it can be a game changer when it comes to helping bladder control problems or even symptoms of prolapse, that pressure or heaviness in the vaginal area. You do want support of those muscles, but you don't want to clench and tighten them all the time. And that's where Pilates exercise can be great if you're cued in the right way to work on some deep breathing, work on activating the muscles, but also releasing and letting them go. That is how your muscles are going to heal. Now, we don't want to just tighten and squeeze all the time, and doing Kegel exercises is usually what you'll read online as a solution for having pelvic floor problems. Those muscles, if any muscle in your body is tense all the time, it can't actually get stronger. It's in a shortened position. So the important part is balancing between releasing and letting go, and then building and working on strengthening. So I'm going to show you what you should be starting off with if you are experiencing any uncomfortable feeling in the pelvic floor or having bladder leaks or urgency. Then you definitely want to learn how to keep your hips mobile and stretch out and release through the pelvic floor, so then your exercises can actually be more effective for strengthening. So the first exercise we are going to do, I have a pillow here because you can put your knee on a pillow, resting your knee there, and I'm going to take my other leg out to the side. So I'm going to work on stretching and lengthening inner thigh muscle. And as I go into a child's pose position, I'm going to lean back and I'm going to work on 5 slow deep breaths. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And when you're doing that, you're getting some nice stretching that may feel kind of tight because a lot of women have tightness in their inner thigh muscles, those adductor muscles, and then we're opening through the pelvis and stretching those muscles there. So doing that with 5 slow deep breaths, you can repeat it on the other side. That is an inner thigh stretch, and very helpful to do a couple times a day to help relax and lengthen those muscles so we can take them back to their normal state and then start the strengthening exercises from there. Okay, the second exercise that is unconventional but also helps the pelvic floor muscles, something you won't read about, is going in a position on all fours. So maybe you've heard of a cat-cow stretch. So going back and forth between arching and releasing, you are going to arch up like an angry cat and then drop your navel toward the floor. And we are going to go back and forth here. When you're doing that, you're moving that pelvis back and forth, and you're working on some breathing exercises to lengthen and stretch through the pelvic floor in a healthy manner. Now, you start there. Do about 10 of those. So we're working on releasing, no tightening and contracting there. It's fully just to get some movement in your lower back and movement in your pelvis. Then from there, we will go ahead and think of doing a little pulling in of those vaginal muscles. If you think of stopping the flow of urine and you're tightening and squeezing in, we are going to pause and hold there. Now in this position, it's almost impossible for you to tighten and tense your glutes, your butt muscles. So that's why I like to try to practice this on all fours, because in that way you can't tighten your glutes at the same time. You're not going to cheat. So as the pelvic floor muscles draw in, you're going to hold there for about 3 to 4 seconds, and then you're going to release. So when you're working on those breathing exercises, you're going to think of a flower opening up. And as that flower is opening up, it's going to release the pelvic floor muscles, which therefore can get stronger if you take them back to their normal state. So on all fours, we are going to practice that contraction just for 3 or 4 seconds, but without holding your breath, and you're not tensing your glutes. And then release it, and you can feel more of that release almost through the anal area when you release. And then tighten and contract again. Keep doing your breathing. And we'll repeat that about 5 times. Now, those exercises might not be something that you were told to do, but they are effective for first releasing and letting go of the pelvic floor muscles, and then gently working on pulling them in and up so your brain can connect to that area of your body. You'd be surprised how many times I have taught women how to actually contract and use their pelvic floor, but their muscles don't even know what to do. It's like their brain doesn't even connect there. That is normal for a lot of women that are having bladder urgency or leaks. So if you practice this and you work on both releasing and lengthening and some gentle contractions, and then take that into more of a strengthening program using Pilates, it can be highly effective for helping bladder control problems, back pain, hip pain, and also tightening and toning around your midsection and your hips. I do have the most perfect program for this, where I have so many different exercises that I give you in a pelvic floor Pilates program. Only 15 minutes a day, which is the really great part about it, because busy women can do it. And it's going to talk you through both lengthening and contracting types of exercises, but more in a Pilates mat format, which makes it a little more fun. You can check that out in the link below. I attached that there. But just know that Kegels are not the only answer. Strengthening exercises, if they're not working for you and you've been trying them diligently for 3 to 4 weeks and nothing is changing and you're still having your problem, it's probably because you're not doing the right types of exercises. So I hope you found that helpful, and you go back to do that inner thigh stretch, the cat-cow, moving the pelvis, and also the activation stretch on all fours. Try that every day, and also take a look at the link below for the pelvic floor Pilates program. Thanks for watching this video. I would love it if you went back and watched any of my other videos to do with Pilates or the pelvic floor. I have some helpful videos there, or check out the program below. So have a great day, and thanks so much for watching.